If what I am is what's in me, then I'll stay strong, that's who
I'm here with Nancy Galloway and Kelly Farquhar, and last year we participated in a district working group in practicing restorative practices and social emotional learning and community circles. And in doing so, we took a task back to our site to work together with our administrator to help build our adult resiliency post-pandemic at Jensen Ranch. We have created an environment starting with some great activities where we can work together as a staff and build our capacity for challenging tasks through building communication and trust.
As a team, we came up with some activities to build strong trust and communication. Some activities were just to have some fun and be kind of silly with one another. Some were to help us build that strong foundation that Shauna just mentioned. We got deeper with some of our activities. We held some community circles, and it was just great for building our team as a stronger community.
We're really glad that we got a chance to do this because we do think it's making a difference among our staff. We've gotten really good feedback, and I think it's given some of us the opportunity to start to have those courageous conversations that are really needed to facilitate change and growth among the staff members.
There's only one me, I admit. Have a dream, I'll follow.
I get better every single day.
I get better every single day.
Mistakes are part of learning.
Mistakes are part of learning.
I am a good sport.
I am a good sport.
And
I can do hard things.
If what I am is what's in me, then I'll stay strong, that's who I'll be. And I'll always be the best me that I can be. There's only one me, I admit. Have a dream, I'll follow it. It's up to me to try.
Affirmations are so important because they help to change any negativity into positivity. They boost self-esteem and self-worth. They help my students find comfort in knowing that they can be magical and grouchy, musical and super. It helps to build their self-esteem, help them to believe in themselves, help them to know that they have the power to do great things and be great, and that they can do hard things, and that every day they get stronger.
Say perseverance. Perseverance. Say grit. Grit. Good. And yes. Boys and girls, these are not just things that I'm teaching because I want you to do it. Growth mindset each and every single day means knowing that your brain has the ability to stretch and change and grow. We learn from our failures, our mistakes. That's what helps our brain stretch and grow.
In second grade, we finished up our SEL unit on growth mindset versus fixed mindset with the idea of the power of yet. And we asked our second graders to really think deep inside what kinds of things are they not good at right now, but if they keep practicing and trying and persevering, they will get there. They're just not there yet. Our second graders totally connected to and grasped onto the idea of the power of yet, so much so that I got emails from families. So not only were they using the idea of the power of yet in the classroom and out on the playground, but at home too. If you were to be inside of my second grade classroom, even 2 months after the lesson, you will hear words from my kids such as, I am not using transition words in my writing yet, or I am not good at subtracting multiple numbers yet. Our second graders totally get it. They understand growth mindset versus fixed mindset, and the power of yet is something that we will implement every year moving forward.
My name is Huxley. I'm in second grade, and I'm here to teach you about the power of yet. Now you might be wondering what beautiful artwork is behind me. It's yet, aren't we? Growth mindset would say something like, I can't do this yet. That's what this is here for. And a fixed mindset is somebody who will say, I can't do this, or I'll never be able to do this, or I quit. A fixed mindset will say something like that. A growth mindset will say something like, I can't do this yet, which is why we made this art. As you can see, Navika is not very good at piano. She isn't that good at tennis yet either. Education, she still needs practice being on time. For technology, coding is kind of hard for her, but she'll eventually get it. But building robots is kind of hard for her, and typing. The power of yet is basically saying, if somebody says, I can't do this, you can correct them and say, I can't do this yet. They can, because they can do it, but they might not be able to do it yet. Power of yet also helps to stretch your brain, because your brain is basically fantastic, elastic.
Only one me, I admit. Have a dream, I'll follow it.
Hey Sean, is it okay if I play with you? No, of course not. Why? Because you were being mean to me yesterday. But remember what the school taught us? We have to talk things out. Well, you really made me upset yesterday. I'm sorry, Sean. I was just messing around with you. It's okay. You can play with me. Thanks. Oh, that was a close one.
So why is it important to be able to talk things out when you have a problem with somebody?
I think it's important to talk things out when you're arguing with somebody, because it might get like really heated up with them, and you might end up getting physical, which you don't want to happen. And it's just a good thing to be able to talk out a problem with people, because it's like a life skill. The reason why you have to talk things out is so that you don't like get hurt, because you might fight and something bad could happen.
At Jensen Ranch, we're learning about getting along and how to solve problems. If someone says sorry to you, they might not mean it. If they could say sorry to you to just get out of trouble, but you never know what's going on inside, and you don't know what they're thinking and if they really mean it or not.
And sometimes when you and your friends get into like fights because, like, let's say that they've been mean to each other, then I like to think of it like they're entering a maze. It's like they're stuck in the maze and they aren't ready yet, like, to fix the problem. And once you guys, like the people that got in a fight, try to fix it, like by saying I'm sorry or knowing where they made a mistake, it's like when they're finding the way to get out of the maze. So I think it's better when like you try to fix the problem yourself before going to adults, so that way you'll feel like better and you guys can learn how to recover mistakes.
How do you think you can use these skills when you're no longer at Jensen?
You're going to need to solve problems on your own, because if nobody's going to be there to help you, you'll need to learn how to do it yourself and be a little bit more independent.
I agree with her because, like she said, once you leave Jensen and let's say you're already, you should learn how to be responsible of the situation you're in. It helps you and helps everyone.